Welcome, Capricorn. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your August general reading. This is for anyone with a Capricorn placement or with an interest in Capricorn placements. All are welcome here. This is intended to be a meditation. This is not me giving you information from the outside. This is an opportunity for you to look within, to be supported in that effort, so that this allows you to meditate on your concerns and interest at this time. So I'm not giving you information, I'm allowing you to see information within yourself. It's a beautiful process, and I hope you enjoy it. If it's frustrating you or making you angry, please, it's not your reading. And it's simple to check out other placements in order to find yourself somewhere in there. So the overall energy for you, Capricorn, during the month of August is the Tower card, the beautiful Tower. And this particular moment, this is really about some incredible breakthroughs that you're experiencing, some clear illuminations of difficulties, of really stubborn, grounded institutions, traditions, conventions that have not served you. This can be the expectations of others that you have tried to perform according to, and you have been thwarted, only to realize that these were not for you. These were not created for your support. And in that way, the illumination, the clarity, the breakthrough is a clarification, is gaining the insight, the illumination necessary to recognize that as these things crumble, as they fall apart, as they lose their power over you, there's opportunities for you to move things in a direction to open up a door that more closely vibes with your desire, your interests, your goals. Underneath the deck, the Six of Cups is about a reconnection, I believe, for many of you. This is a deep connection with an opportunity or a relationship that was once special, that you recognized as special, a connection that exceeded any external material factors or support, but that connected you wordlessly. There's a bond here that you immediately recognized and quite possibly were frightened by. You or both of you were frightened by that connection, the depth of it, the impossibility of it. And it appears as though, no matter how long ago this was, that this experience occurred, this is something that usually occurs in earlier life, in your youth in some way, early years. So there's a sense that a lot of time has passed for some of you. But you are seeing the clarity of that, seeing the possibility and being challenged, challenging yourself to approach that, to speak to that, to reconnect in some way, if only to close out that connection. And that can be the possibility in reconnecting with something so powerful that we're finding healthy closure, as well as the possibility of actually building something from that in the present moment. I'm going to pull a crystal oracle card for you, and out comes the amber. And the amber features our solar plexus chakra, and this is sometimes called the sacral. No, it's not the sacral. The solar plexus is around your confidence, your faith, your trust in yourself, your belief in yourself, and the ability to assert yourself and get what you desire. The key word here is fearlessness. Turn your worrier into a warrior. I like that. For Capricorns that are perhaps prone to concern, worry, or anxiety about the way the many things they're doing are being accomplished, This is a great way of channeling the powerful energy that exists at this time. So this powerful tower energy, this is the hand of God, the lightning, the yod, the fingers of God uh, that are impacting the globe, the world, our worlds, the collective, and breaking apart things that are not useful. So this is energy we're channeling right now. And there is a bit of the warrior here that we need to activate in order to push through the barriers that have seemed to limit our activity, our ability. I'm going to remind you again that this is a general reading. If it does resonate for you, please like this video. Please share this with others if you're inclined to do so. And please subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I deeply appreciate all the support that I get from all of you, including the beautiful comments and support, appreciation. So let's get started with your social identity, the way the world sees you, the Lady of Cups. This is the Queen of Cups in some decks. This is the Divine Mother, the Divine Feminine for many. This is this place of eternal compassion, love, insight, wisdom, the ability to hold this in a way that is strong and loving. This is the voice to listen, to hear. This is where people are drawn to your wisdom, but no wisdom is needed. It really is simply the opportunity to hear your voice spoken and to listen to the concerns of others as though you are a reflection of the needs, a sounding board for others. You are a model of self-care and self-love, self-respect. And this is a primary quality you're cultivating, not just for yourself, but vis-a-vis the world, so that you measure every opportunity, every exchange as a way in which you determine how and in what ways it will support you, in what ways you are being seen and acknowledged and valued, so that you can gauge your response appropriately. This is such beautiful, powerful energy. It's a way in which you're able to understand what appears to be the destruction of the world as we know it and see the value in that, to see the release in that, how it is helping us to let go of false expectations, false promises, those that we've made to ourselves and to others. In the first house, here we have the Hermit, and the Hermit is this beautiful opportunity to stand on your own authority. This is where you go within for the answers that you seek. You don't look for the answers from others. You understand that only you know what's best for you based on your experience, your wisdom, your knowledge. You certainly are able to consult trusted teachers, friends, advisors, but you understand that you are the channel for your authority, that no one can dictate what is right for you. And that independence of spirit, that authority within, is what allows you to make the best choices for yourself and to understand how your intention is to share your love, share your contribution, make a contribution that benefits others as well as yourself. This is how you're respecting yourself. This is how you see yourself as being infinitely capable of giving and understanding how that gives back to you. Whether you're teaching, whether you're taking care of others, whether you're healing or supporting others, whether you're training others or supporting others in some concrete way, building up resources. You are a resource to others. And they constantly reference you as this abundant well of wisdom and love. In the fourth house, this is the house of your family, your home. This is your foundation. And this is so very powerful, Capricorn. You have surrendered the need to control things beyond your capability, your power. The things you can't control, you've released. And in turn, you've taken full responsibility for your reality, understanding that by focusing on your desires, achieving the things that you want, taking control of every opportunity to improve your skills, to be clear about your desires, to do the work, that you are sovereign. You own your life. You own your experience. You don't blame anyone or credit anyone for the things that you've created in your life. That doesn't mean that you don't have respect, love, acknowledge those who have helped and supported you. No one is an island. However, this is you understanding that if you want something, it is your job to get it. And this is really quite liberating because I think it helps you to understand your natural inclination to take care of others and to own that as your choice rather than something that you're expected to do or obligated to do. And this in and of itself is obligating and really returns your power back to you so that you can be acknowledged as the force of nature that you are. In the seventh house, this is the house of your significant relationships and connections. The Warrior of Swords or the Knight of Swords is really this lovely place where you recognize the limits of what you know, what you've experienced. You don't know how to proceed in terms of creating the intimate connections that you desire in your life. You're interested in them. You bring a lot of information, but you are taking notes, you're observing, you're witnessing your own experiences and feelings as keys to the connections that you feel really resonate with who you are. And those connections need to stimulate you. They need to be intelligent. They need to be competent in conversation, well read, and yet you also understand that beneath all of that is a deeply loving and thirsty soul, thirsting for connection, even intimate connection. However, it must be on the terms of a negotiated, agreed upon relationship. And this is something that's new for you. This is not impulsive connection. In fact, this reconnection with the past acknowledges the wealth of a bond that exists, but it uses it to build upon. And that building requires connection, conversation, sharing, exchanging information, and agreement. And agreements are reached through the spoken word, through language, through conversation. I'm going to clarify from the first house. So we have the Hermit in the first house clarified by, that's the Page of Swords in the second house and the Nine of Cups in the third house. Lovely. So there is this openness around what you don't know. There is this recognition that, you're not sure which way to go in terms of accumulating possessions, what you value, understanding your values. Does that exclude material wealth? Does that mean that you're only focused on your mission and goals? Does it mean being open, taking notes, observing others around you that you admire? You know that the end result is your happiness, is your satisfaction, is your sense that you've done everything within your power to be happy, to be at peace, to be contented. And this is something that is perhaps a shift for you. Again, Capricorns are known for their ability to take care of others, to lead a concern, an organization, to lead the community, to be community leaders. And in that way, you're really trying to shift the terms of that to satisfying yourself, making sure that you have all the support you need to move in a direction that may be new for you, that may open you up to new opportunities from a place of self-care. This is what you need to grow, to continue to thrive. You're definitely, along with Sagittarius, got the Tower in the same position. And there's connection there, that connection being the need to grow, learn, expand. There's a lack of comfort in doing the same old thing over and over. There's a discontentment with that. And so you are looking around for ways that you can challenge yourself, open up to the possibilities that exist in a greatly changed world. And when I say change, I'm referencing a connection that you had long ago that you are possibly reconnecting to. If nothing else, it is the feeling of exercising your talents without judgment or an agenda. And for someone so competent, Capricorn, not being judged has quite often been a constant for you. People expecting a lot of you because you are so roundly capable, so competent in so many areas that you are often pulled apart by the expectations of others. And this, you're shifting from that. You're really seeing yourself as deserving the comforts, the respect, the peace, the support to do what it is you deem will make you happy, will make you satisfied, will help you to thrive. In the fourth house, the Emperor is clarified by the Emperor again in the fifth house and the Five of Swords in the sixth house. Interesting. I dare to say that this reconnection that is bursting forth in your life in some way, I'd love to know how this plays out in your individual stories. And if you feel inclined, please drop me a note. But it looks as though you are reconnecting with someone else who is an absolute match for you. Someone else who is powerful, someone else who is intellectual or certainly competent with words, with language, with culture overall, that is interested in current phenomenons, that is deeply tapped into the cultural threads of the world. And I don't mean pop culture necessarily. I mean currents of thought that are timeless in many ways. But this is someone else who has built their life in somewhat of a silo. And I mean that their focus upon a mission has excluded some of the creature comforts that other people experience and enjoy. And you understand this kind of commitment, this kind of work ethic. And it's an opportunity for you to reconnect in a way that is that it comes out of a story in which there was a lot of speculation about you, a lot of misplaced interest, even competition with you, perhaps, and or your partner, your potential partner, or your friend at the time. This connection. Other people were not kind, were critical, were judgmental. They competed for your attention or your partner's attention, and you were found wanting. And this was very hurtful to you. This was very mysterious to you. but you understood that it was the strength of the connection that was fearful, others envied, and yet it was an obstacle to, in the case of a relationship, the two of you ever cohering. So I don't feel that there was ever a real relationship. I feel there was a deep connection. And you may have had a friendship, a brief friendship, or a casual one that never was able to move beyond that level. And as a result of that, there was a lot of hurt that you experienced, a lot of criticism, a lot of talking behind your back, a lot of misalignment. This was just very damaging to your sense of self. However, you've understood that experience better as you've come into greater sense of ownership of who you are and your reality. And you understand the part you played in that and how that thwarted the ability to work this out between you and someone else who is also fearful of this connection, fearful of possible repercussions, abandonment, experienced a lot of hurt as well, but it doesn't feel as though it was ever acknowledged. And perhaps that is where you and this reconnection are picking up the ball. This may be an opportunity to flush this out, to close this chapter. It may be an opportunity to acknowledge this and to speak whatever words need to be spoken now. In the seventh house, that warrior of swords, that knight of swords is clarified by the world card in the eighth house and the tower card again in the ninth house. So it absolutely feels as though we are closing out a very, very painful cycle in a former connection. It feels to me as though it is important to you, to the Capricorn I'm speaking to close this out in some way, to say something. You know that perhaps that phase of your lives have ended, and that may be the end of a connection, but it feels important to you to acknowledge it. And I believe you have tried to speak that closure, uh, and the other person may as well. There is this sort of gaping wound for both of you around the way things ended or never came together. So it feels as though not only are you closing out that phase of your life and the life of this relationship, but you are closing out and opening up to what felt like the impossible. And it is through some dramatic changes in your location. Perhaps there was distance in the past, and some of that has been, you've come to terms with that distance. You've looked at that realistically and practically. You've accepted that things that existed then don't exist anymore, or you've found ways of dealing with it, ways of acknowledging what you truly desire. And this is very difficult for some of you, but it is for you personally leading to incredible revelations and giving you a lot of focus on those things you can control. In the 10th house, the Queen of Cups is clarified by the Eight of Wands in the 11th house and the Five of Wands in the 12th house. So yeah, there's lots of opportunities for conversation, for sharing information, for invitations, perhaps for casual seeming invites and offers from others. You are getting a lot of attention for something that you're doing. You're seeking attention for that. And I do feel that at the core of your life is a circle of support. This can be a part of your professional life. This can be part of your home life, but you are distinguishing yourself as a problem solver. I feel that you're utilizing the sense of self-care, self-respect, uh, self-love to affect your relationships, to affect the way you see challenges and your ability to work with others towards similar goals. And this may not be the outcome regarding a connection, but it is helping to bring you in deeper connection with something that you once released as a possibility in your life. This can be a particular talent or path of uh, activity that you were once highly engaged in, and that you now see opportunities to re-engage in a way that advances your personal and spiritual agenda and continues to put you in the radar of others. So continues to lift up your public profile as someone to consult, to talk to be in discourse with. I'm going to finish up this reading, Capricorn, with a Soul's Journey card and surrender flipped out immediately. I can release my need to control. I think by now this is pretty clear how you're grappling with the release of control as one who has learned how important it is to control, manage, monitor, supervise the resources at your command. You're really learning how to have faith in who you are, what you can do, and release that sense of control and allow the magic to happen. If you've enjoyed this content, there's more content here. And if you've enjoyed this reading, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. Thank you again. Until next time, namaste.